The galaxy is vast, filled with countless civilizations that have risen and fallen over millennia. At its center, the Galactic Collective reigns supreme, a coalition of the most advanced species, united under a banner of control and order. Among their countless mandates, one belief remains unchallenged: lesser species must remain in their place. Humans, hailing from a blue-green world on the fringe of the galaxy, are one such species. Primitive, quarrelsome, and tied to their fragile planet, they are seen as insignificant. To the collective, Earth is barely worth noting. Its people are dismissed as self-destructive, incapable of unifying, let alone standing against even a minor galactic force. The Zyntrax Dominion, a militaristic empire renowned for its ruthlessness, shares this view. For centuries, they have expanded their reach, consuming weaker worlds without challenge. When their vast fleets detected Earth's rich mineral deposits, they acted without hesitation. The invasion began with brutal efficiency. Massive Zyntrax ships darkened Earth's skies, their descent marked by unrelenting bombardments. Cities fell in hours, landmarks reduced to ash, and millions of lives were lost in the opening salvos. Humanity's initial response was chaotic. Governments scrambled to communicate, militaries launched futile counterattacks, and panic spread like wildfire. For the Zyntrax, it was nothing more than another conquest, another small victory in their endless campaign. Aboard the Zyntrax flagship, Commander Sirik watched the invasion unfold with detached satisfaction. "They crumble as expected," he remarked to his second-in-command. The humans' attempts at resistance were laughable. Fighter jets swatted from the sky, ground forces obliterated by energy weapons they could not comprehend. "Barbarians," he sneered, clinging to their dying world. Yet, as the days passed, small anomalies began to emerge. Resistance fighters launched daring, if suicidal, strikes on Zyntrax supply lines. Civilians organized underground networks, relaying vital intelligence to surviving military units. Sirik dismissed these acts as nuisances, the death throes of a defeated species. But among his crew, whispers of unease began to spread. Reports from the front lines painted a picture of humans unlike any species the Zyntrax had encountered before. Where other conquered races surrendered or fled, these humans fought with a ferocity that bordered on madness. Entire villages sacrificed themselves to destroy a single Zyntrax patrol. Civilians used whatever they could find, simple tools, crude explosives, even their own bodies, to strike back. Still, the Zyntrax remained confident. After all, what could a primitive species do against a force so vastly superior? For the Galactic Collective, humanity's plight was a mere footnote in the grand history of galactic conquest. Few paid attention to the cries for help broadcast from Earth. Fewer still cared. The Collective's arrogance was absolute, their disdain for humanity unshakable. But humanity, underestimated and cornered, was no ordinary prey. In their darkest hour, the embers of defiance began to glow. They would not go quietly into extinction. What the galaxy failed to realize was this: when humanity is pushed to the brink, they do not break. They rise. Humanity's fury erupted with devastating force. What had started as scattered resistance now emerged as a coordinated and terrifying counteroffensive. The stolen Zyntrax technology that scientists had meticulously reverse-engineered was no longer just a tool for defense. It became a weapon of absolute destruction. Modified drones, armed with hybrid weapons combining human ingenuity and alien precision, rained fire upon Zyntrax strongholds. Entire fleets, once unchallenged in the skies, were shredded by satellites reprogrammed to target their critical systems. The humans had learned their enemies' weaknesses. Zyntrax ships, designed for large-scale planetary bombardments, were ill-equipped for close-quarters combat in Earth's dense atmosphere. Resistance fighters used this to their advantage, deploying swarms of drones and small aircraft to cripple larger vessels, forcing them into ground battles where human ingenuity thrived. Psychological warfare became another powerful weapon. The Resistance capitalized on the Zyntrax's rigid, hierarchical mindset. False transmissions and fabricated intelligence fed into the invaders' communication networks, sowed confusion among their ranks. The humans began leaving ominous messages etched into the remains of destroyed Zyntrax outposts, cryptic warnings written in alien blood, amplified by broadcasts from hacked Zyntrax systems. Earth is no one's prey, the messages declared, their eerie calm unnerving even the most hardened Zyntrax soldiers. These acts of defiance spread fear like wildfire. Stories of humans who fought without hesitation, even against impossible odds, became whispered legends among the invaders. Tales of entire battalions being wiped out by a single resistance unit turned into chilling reminders of humanity's unpredictability. The Zyntrax began to understand what they were truly facing, not a primitive species, but a relentless force driven by survival and vengeance. The final turning point came when humanity unveiled its deadliest creation. A team of scientists, working deep underground, had constructed a weapon capable of harnessing the energy of Earth's magnetic field. When deployed, it created an electromagnetic pulse powerful enough to disable Zyntrax technology across vast regions. The first test of this weapon decimated an entire Zyntrax fleet stationed above a major human city, sending their ships crashing into one another like falling stars. The Galactic Collective, watching from a distance, began to take notice. What had seemed like a routine conquest was now turning into an alarming spectacle. The Zyntrax Dominion, one of the most formidable empires in the galaxy, was being systematically dismantled by a species they had deemed irrelevant. For the first time in centuries, the collective found itself questioning its assumptions about humanity, and perhaps about its own superiority. Zyntrax morale plummeted. For every human stronghold they destroyed, 3 more seemed to rise from the ashes. Commanders who once scoffed at the thought of human resistance now hesitated before issuing orders. Zyntrax fleets, once bold and unyielding, began retreating from Earth's atmosphere, desperate to regroup. But humanity was not done. They pursued their enemy relentlessly, striking at supply lines, ambushing retreating forces, and sending a clear message to the galaxy. Earth would not kneel. What the Zyntrax had underestimated was not just humanity's ingenuity, but their boundless capacity for vengeance when pushed to the edge.